So we had a fire behind our house a few weeks ago, and I just remember the sheer panic and fear that I felt when I looked out the window and I saw literally everything behind me burning. The only thing that I could think in that moment was I need to get my kids to safety now. I couldn't think, I couldn't breathe. I was literally shaking uncontrollably, but I was able to go and get my kids, wake them up, get them out of their rooms, and get them into the car so we could get out of there. Thankfully, the fire never reached the house, but even if it did, I could have gone 10 minutes down the road to a hotel. I could have driven to friends' houses or families' houses that live in my area. I had so many areas and so many places that were close by that I could have gone to be safe. And even though our lives would have been disrupted, ultimately everything was fine. We were fine. When I tried to sleep that night, it felt impossible. Every time I heard a creak in the house, every time I heard the wind blow past, I was immediately like, oh my God, what's happening? The anxiety and the stress of thinking that your family might die or that everything you know could be gone in an instant overwhelmed me. I ended up sleeping with my kids that night because I just needed to be close to them. I needed to hold them close. I couldn't imagine a world where they were hurt. And this was just one fire, one day, one event, and everything was fine. No one died. Nothing was destroyed. There were still hospitals and doctors and firefighters and police officers. Like, people were there. Things were there to help me if I needed it. We had the privilege of being safe. I recently saw a video by the Bold Fam, and I feel like he did such a beautiful job of articulating what I have been feeling but wasn't sure how to put into words. That even if I don't have all the answers, and even if I don't have all the solutions, if I saw two people fighting and one was absolutely decimating the other, if the other person was about to die, I would step in 100%. Even if I was smaller, even if I didn't know I could make a difference, I would still try. And honestly, this was something I really struggled with because I was like, well, who am I to say anything on this? How am I going to add value? Because I am not an expert on politics or war. I talk about finance. I teach people about money. Like, does anyone even care what I have to say? But this has all been a wake-up call to the fragility of life and the safety that we all take for granted. And then I heard Macklemore's song come out and it absolutely touched me. And he has that line in it that says, what if you were in Gaza? What if these were your kids? And that broke my heart. Even though I don't have all the answers, I've come to realize that staying silent in the face of suffering, in the face of all of this suffering, like, that is just not an option. I don't need to be an expert on politics or war to have empathy. So I am just hoping to add my voice to the people who are advocating for peace, empathy, and the fundamental importance of standing up for justice, even when it seems overwhelming.